another book haul. The last book haul, in my defense, I had filmed it and it was sitting on my computer for a couple of weeks. So it's not as recent as it feels for you guys. But also, I don't know if I will be doing as many book hauls going forward. We'll see how it goes. Just because a couple of the thrift stores in our area, the book prices have gone up. So I'm a little less interested in parting with money for used books if they're not super cheap. You know what I mean? So I hauled 2 Amulet books, I believe, in my last haul, 6 and 7. And I found these on 2 separate visits at 2 separate stores, I believe. So now I have all the way up to volume 8. I've never read any of them, but they're in mint condition. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into this series. Let me know if you've read the Amulet series. So that was kind of a sweet score. Also, sweet score, I got these for my husband. He is not a reader, but he is a Star Wars fan. And I have seen these on Catherine's channel for a while. She really loves these. These are like Shakespearean takes on the Star Wars book series or novel series. I'm not even sure. So first of all, the covers are made to look Shakespearean, but as well as like it is actually written as if William Shakespeare had wrote it. And it's, according to Catherine, it's really funny. So these might just end up being collectibles on my husband's Star Wars shelf, or possibly I might attempt to read them. We will see. But that was a really sweet find as well. So yeah, no rhyme or reason. We're used to this here. Charmed, the Fairy Tale Reform School, book 2. I have read book 1 and 2 now, I believe. Yes. And so I really like this series, Fairy Tale. Wow, I'm spending way too much time on these. I got a lot of books. Okay, so I'm not going to do a synopsis for each of these. I've done this before. It feels like I've never done this before. Anyway, Deadlands. This is based on the best-selling role-playing game. I don't know. I just thought it looked kind of like weird and spooky, and I don't know, for some reason I was interested in picking it up. These 2 I got together, and it was kind of funny because they both have ships on the cover, so I was obviously in that mood that day. The Deepest Waters by Dan Walsh. Yeah, this is historical fiction by Revel, so Christian fiction. No idea. And then Mutiny's Curse, Dan L. Thrapp. Oh, both by Dans. Oh. Historical fiction, also possibly Christian fiction. That would be kind of interesting to see if they're even like similar. I got The Sin Eater by Francine Rivers. I've never read that, Francine Rivers. I found The Princess and the Goblin in this edition. This is not the edition that I have the vintage one. But I mean, to borrow out to people, like, I would give this one to them so that my vintage one doesn't have to be used all the time, you know? Okay, so Celestria has recently talked about Louis L'Amour, and so I found this. Or is it Louis? I don't know. The Collected Short Stories, Volume 3. I have never read. Oh, large font, nice. I've never read anything by him before, but I just remember his name from one of Celestria's videos, and these are short stories, so I don't have to commit to a whole book. So let's see how that goes. Let me know if you've read any by that guy, however you say his name. I found 3 more from the #1 Ladies Detective Agency, Blue Shoes and Happiness, The Full Cupboard of Life, and The Good Husband of Zebra Drive. I like the older editions better than these newer style, but you can't be choosy when you're at the thrift store. So I still need to get to that series. I found this one by Colleen Coble, Abomination. Yeah. Colleen Coble is a hit and miss author for me. Because this one doesn't give off, from the cover, doesn't give off like stereotypical Christian romance vibes like some of her other books are, I was more inclined to try it, so we will see. And then I found these three, and I did spend a little bit more on these ones at the thrift store, but I just couldn't leave them there. So 3 hardback Stephen Lawhead, the Sword and the Flame, the Warlords of Nin, and the Hall of the Dragon King. So the Dragon King trilogy. This is YA, I believe, or possibly, I don't think it's middle grade. I think it's YA. Juvenile fiction, science fiction, fantasy. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm excited to add that to my Lawhead shelf. Oh yes, War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. I did start this one and I DNF'd it earlier this year, but I probably will end up giving it another try. It is gigantic, and so I will be giving it a try on audiobook so that I don't have to read this teeny tiny little font. Wow. Yeah, looking forward to that. Spin. This is a well-known science fiction, and I'm willing to give it a try. I think that Emily at Books with Emily Fox, I think she likes that one. Okay, I found a couple kids' books. The Get Along Gang and the Big Bully, and Alexander and the Wind-Up Mouse by Leo Leone. These will be for the childhood reads in May next year. I was with Chantel and she pointed this one out to me, Wonderstruck. I have the Hugo Cabret one and another one by him, but I don't have this one. So this is told, half of the book is told with pictures and half of the book is told with words. So yeah, that will be interesting to get to. So there's a few more here for the childhood reads. When I was with Chantel, she also convinced me to pick up The Witches by Roald Dahl because I've been enjoying everything I've read so far by him. And she said that one was really funny. And I think that one has a movie too, so. And then I found Upchuck and the Rotten Willy by Bill Wallace. I'm pretty sure I read this one as a kid. So that will be in my May reads. And then I found another Littles and the Lost Children. And then there was a lot more of these, but I only picked up 4. And this is Jeff and Jenny series. They are brother and sister. These are really vintage copies, but I couldn't pass them up because my husband's name is Jeff and his sister's name is Jen. So, I mean, I couldn't pass that up. Okay, this one, I don't have a reason why this one caught my eye. Something about the way the book looks, I guess. It's a classic portal fantasy, a Hickory Staff, the Eldarn Sequence Book 1. Yeah, I don't know why this one stood out to me, but I picked it up. That's all I can say about that one. I've got the Westing Game. I don't really love this cover, but because I know that Chantel was gonna be doing a read along, or is it over? I don't know, I'll have to double check. But I thought I would pick this up so I could read it along with her and whoever else is reading it. I've never read anything by Patrick Rothfuss, but here is the Slow Regard of Silent Things. This is a middle grade, I believe, or is it YA? I'm not sure. But I'm not super interested in The Name of the Wind, so yeah, we'll see if that small little middle grade will work for me. Dee Henderson, who used to be one of my favorite authors as a teenager. This book, Traces of Guilt, an Evie Blackwell cold case. I know she's got an Evie Blackwell series. I've never read any of them before, but I mean, this cover looks pretty good. And I have liked some Dee Henderson in the past, so cross your fingers that one's good. Okay, there are a lot of Christian fiction here in this little section. The Way of the Brave by Susan May Warren. Still have never read anything by Susan May Warren, but I know that Oshina likes her. Another one is Baroness, Daughters of Fortune. And then For Love or Loyalty by Jennifer Hudson Taylor. No idea. Oh, it's got a nice ship on the back. You know, I'm really getting into more piratey setting stuff. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, there's another Susan May Warren. You're the One That I Want. See how that goes. Through Rushing Water by Catherine Richmond. Nice cover. This one was funny. This is what I used to read, I'll say. I used to read this kind of stuff a lot. This is Hope's Highest Mountain by Mitzi M. Beller. The reason why I couldn't leave this one behind was because I actually follow Bethany House on Instagram, and every once in a while they like do a cover design spotlight thing on their page, and I remember when they were going through the different options for this book, and then they landed on this cover as their final. So it's kind of interesting just because I saw the preliminary, you know, before it was published. I don't know. For that reason, I thought it was cool to have. It's probably a terrible reason. Home by Ginny L. Trip. No idea. The Escape by Lisa Harris. Looks like a mystery. Oh, here's another Susan May Warren. The Price of Valor. Wait, are these? Oh yeah, these are both the Global Search and Rescue. There we go. Two from that series. Okay, I just finished rereading a Kristen Heitzman trilogy that I really loved. So when I saw these two books of hers that I did not own, I thought I would pick them up because I would like to read more of her backlist. So what are those? Vines of Entanglement by Lisa Carter. No idea. Oh, here's another Kristen Heitzman. The Still of Night. This one, these two I have copies of, but they're in really poor condition. So these are going to replace those because these ones are in much better shape. And then I can just put those on the CF sale. Sandra Orchard's Deadly Devotion. I don't know. The cover looks kind of like mysterious. An old building. Yep. Lori Wick, Every Storm. I used to really love Lori Wick as a teenager, so this might go in my May reads because I don't really think her formatting, storytelling is really my thing right now, but just for nostalgia purposes, I might read this one in May. Zachary Bartlett's The Last Con. No idea. I'm gonna save this for the end. I was really happy to get that. So I found Tainted by Morgan L. Busey. You guys know I love Morgan L. Busey, and I finally found one of her books at the thrift store, so I'm glad to have that one. Now I just need to find Awakened. And then when I found out that Ted Dekker had written a nonfiction, I really wanted to read it, and then I saw this at the thrift store, and it's in like mint condition. So nice. So love when that happens. So that's like, oh, that's my first nonfiction. And then I got Deliver Us from Evil by Robin Carroll. It's blurbed here by Colleen Coble. Fiction, Christian, suspense. I don't know, cover looked good. What else? The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. This one's actually been on my book outlet in my cart many times, and I just haven't made a book outlet order in ages, so I haven't purchased it. But now that I saw it, this was at, the rest of these books were at a book sale. It is a secondhand book sale, but it's like a seasonal thing. It's a promotional fundraiser type thing. So not quite the thrift store, but still. Yeah, so The Miniaturist. And then this one, I could not believe that I found this one. It's in hardcover too, which is interesting because it's a Palisades Pure Romance one. And those are usually those tiny little ones. But This one I remember vividly from my teenage years, and I really loved this one, so I'm so excited to read this one again at some point. Now, I think there's just one more in my teenage memory that I need to find and purchase, and then I will have managed to find all of them that I can remember. 12 Lies Wives Tell Their Husbands by Tim and Sheila Ritter. I would really like to read this one, actually. You guys know that I'm a fan of Christian non-fiction marriage books. And then there is Swipe Right by Levi Lusko. I really like Levi Lusko's book Through the Eyes of a Lion, which is more of a biography, I guess, of his own personal experiences. This one is The Life and Death Power of Sex and Romance. So I know this one is more geared for like premarital people, but I feel like there might be still some good relationship wisdom in this one. So we will see. And then I found this Hegemony or Survival, I don't even know English, by Noam Chomsky. This is for my friend. She really likes books like this, and especially by Noam Chomsky, and she finds it hard to find his stuff. So like when I found that, I texted her and she said buy it up, so I did. I got The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings, A Reader's Companion. So I'm really interested to see what this is all about. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure out if you should like read this while you read the series or what, but that's cool. And then I've got Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator by Roald Dahl. I really liked Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So yeah, that's gonna add to my Roald Dahl collection now. Here are some like vintagey ones. So The Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan. I have a few copies of this, just not in this edition, so I really like this edition. So we're good there. Edgar Allan Poe Selected Writings. I don't think I've ever read Edgar Allan Poe, so like this is gonna be a first, but I'm kind of intrigued. And then 50 Great Stories. What? Read. 50 Great Short Stories. So this has like Hemingway, Pushkin, Poe, O'Hara, Faulkner. Yeah, I don't even know most of these people. But yeah, short stories, classic authors. We will see how that works. We will see, guys. Let's go to this one. I've got My Grandmother Sends Her Regards and Apologies by Frederick Bachman. This one, I'm not really sure. I've only read A Man Called Uva, and it was a middle of the road book for me, so we'll see how that one goes. This one I got when I was with Chantel as well. The Curse of the Cobra. I got it because it's Gary Paulson, and he wrote Hatchet. But also I got it because it's vintage, and it's a mystery with a second mystery. So like halfway through the book it splits, and you've actually got two mysteries in here, is what I gather. Yeah. So I mean, I've never read a book like that before, so it's kind of fun. Oh, this looks like it might be book 2 in a trilogy. The Green Branch by Edith Pargeter, who also writes as Ellis Peters. I got that one. And then I had hauled a different one in this series, A Medieval Whodunit, in the past, and then when I saw there was like a whole series of these, I was like, ooh, gotta get them. So I got them. I really need to get to those because like Medieval Whodunit just sounds like a riot to me. And then I found some vintage Agatha Christie. You guys know I love the vintage Agatha Christies. Sleeping Murder, The Boomerang Clue, An Overdose of Death, and The Body in the Library. So at some point I will get to these. I enjoyed the last Agatha Christie I read, so yeah, hopefully I like more than I don't like. This one, it was really like shot in the dark kind of thing. The Lamp by Jim Stovall. I don't know if this is like a Christian fiction, it's really short, or if it's like an allegory of something. I don't know. I'm gonna go into that one. I mean, I'm gonna go into most of these fairly blind, but an Isaac Asimov, The End of Eternity. I do not think I like his Foundation series, but I'm willing to give his other science fiction a shot. So I saw this vintage copy. I got another Stephen Lawhead, so I got Grail, which is book 5 in the Pendragon cycle. I have almost all of them now, I think, in that series. And okay, so this is gonna be unfamiliar for my American and non-Canadian friends. The Red Green Show is a very interesting show, and I can't really describe it to you, but it's comedy, and so I'm hoping that the stuff inside is hilarious because I really like The Red Green Show. As I was looking at my footage, I realized my camera cut me off again. It's really annoying, but what I was saying was, would it be interesting at all for you guys if I did like a reading vlog for kids' poetry books? Because I have a few of them now, and I feel like that would just be interesting for me and no one else. So let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong, if you'd like that. As you can see here, this is the one that was in my Amazon package, and this is really cool because this author reached out to me through email, and it's been a number of months in the making already, but she sent me her website, and I'll leave it linked down below, and I just browsed her books, and she offered to send me her latest one, and it is The Paper Wolf. So thank you, Chrissy, for sending this to me. I'm very looking forward to reading it. Very looking forward to reading it. Very excited to read it. And also thank you for not writing it in first person. That's awesome. So I can read it. And it is actually about foster care, and that is all I know. And I'm very excited to read this. I said that already, but anyway, let me know if you'd like to see a reading vlog on this one too, because I would like to promote this as much as I can, providing that I really like it, which I hope I really like it. Yeah, the cover's cool. So yes, that is the book haul. Now I have to do this outro a second time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate you guys all for everything you do here on YouTube and on Instagram. The support that you show really means a lot. I hope you guys have a really lovely day. It's sunny here. I hope it's sunny where you are, and I will see you in the next video. Have a lovely day. Bye. The Red Green Show is a very interesting show, and I can't really describe it to you because it's I don't know what to say. It's like a reality talk showy DIY, but everyone on there, like, it's scripted. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain.